What's happening? Thanks for joining us again. I'm Chris.
I'm Pete.
And today we are going to check out my favorite beer ever. This is a Smuttynose really old brown dog. This is the 2008 vintage. It's come out 3 times so far. The first time was 2007, the 2008, then there was a 2010. The next one I believe is being released in March of 2012. Anyway, this is sort of, the first time this beer was released was in 2007, and it was sort of more along the lines of like a imperial brown kind of porter beer, but it was the first beer that just made me just, you know, I took a sip and just like, holy shit, like, it was just like the most fantastic tasting beer I'd ever had in my life up to that point. Now, yeah, sure, I've had other really great, fantastic tasting beers since then, but this is sort of like that first one that I had that was really great. The second time, this 2008 when they released it, slightly different sort of build. It was more along the lines of a barley wine, sort of old ale. But then they decided to finish it on port soak oak chips. So it definitely had sort of like an oaky kind of Venus quality to it, and it was just unbelievable. Such a great beer. And I think I ended up like with 15 bottles of it that year, and I've just been putting, I put some of them away, and I'm just basically having one every Christmas now. And since I'm not going home to my parents for Christmas this year, so I figure this is about as good a time to take it out, because it's exactly 3 years old this month, so
I feel honored to be able to share this with you.
God damn it, it better be good. But yeah, let's do it. I can smell it, and it's awesome.
I was just gonna say that you can smell it from here.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So it's definitely, it's like almost like a reddish brown.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely has like that, you know, that port kind of almost redness like in there.
I'm not seeing a lot of carbonation coming up from the bottom, but it's got some nice small bubbles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm seeing it now. It's coming up there.
Yep.
I mean, it's not completely hazy, but it's not completely clear. It's somewhere in the middle, and the head pretty much is dissipated just to real thin lacing of just bubbles right around the side. But it's, I think this one comes in just about 9.5% or so. So you wouldn't expect a ton of head at that percentage, and it's already been aged 3 years. So yeah, looking good. Let's smell it a little closer, because you could already smell it when we opened it.
Oh, wow.
That's really nice.
It's got a really, really great toffee kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot like that caramel toffee. Then like below that there's like the oak and a little bit of sort of like I was saying, like that Venus quality from the port in there.
Some vanilla.
It's just an awesome smelling beer.
Yes, it is.
So we should just get to drinking it. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Sweet baby Jesus.
That is really good.
That is good. And it's you know, it's so nice how this is mellowed out over time. It was definitely like, you know, when I first got it, was initially it was kind of hot. You could definitely taste the alcohol, but you can't in this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so big. It seemed like on that first sip, just like that toffee caramel, but it goes, you know, the oak's in there too, and there's a little bit, you know, that Venus character from the port.
And it, you know, from a, I guess, a mouthfeel standpoint, it's got a little bit of a creaminess to it too, which I wasn't expecting at all. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, and I mean, and it just, like, sort of the whole taste just coats the tongue and it just stays there, and it's so good. I think everything in this is really just blended so well.
And it leaves a nice taste afterwards. It's not too strong, but
Yeah.
it's got a nice finish.
You know, this is probably one of like, you know, like I'm saying, it is my favorite beer, but it's a really, I think, overlooked beer. You don't see, you know, too many people clamoring. It's like, oh man, like the really old brown dog came out, but this is just something that's like, whenever it comes out, I just, you know, stow bottles away and pull it out because, you know, when it gets like this is just an absolute treat to be drinking.
So did you say, is there going to be a 2011 release?
There's no 2011. It's going to be. It's scheduled right now as for March of 2012. You know, so that means maybe April. But you know, it'll be interesting to try. You know, a fresher one because I don't think they're. I can be wrong. I don't think Smuttynose is planning on changing the recipe any too much. You know, I think this is an absolutely fantastic recipe right now, and I don't know how you could improve this, but
agreed.
The caramel and toffee notes in here are just, you know, they just blend so well with that oak.
This definitely has a seriously complex, wonderful.
Yeah. Well, this is sort of like, you know, because this one was to like the old ale barley wine, so those are ones you're traditionally going to get, you know, just a lot bigger malt bill, where when those mellow out, you're getting those different kind of toffee, like, bigger characters, and this is just doing really well. So I got 2 more bottles of this 2008 that in 2012 and 2013 will be tasted, assuming the world doesn't end next year. Otherwise, there's a bottle going undrank, but for right now, I think we should just continue enjoying this. Hope you're enjoying something as well, and see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.